welcome. This is the esophagus, 25 centimeter, a lump covered with normal esophageal mucosa. And so that is obviously a submucosal mass. It's at 29 at the top, and it's at 32 at the bottom, maybe 33. And it is quite hard to the touch. And in fact, this lump has already had an echo in an EUS, which shows that it's a leiomyoma, likely. And it's about 36 by 25 in dimension. So what can we do for that? Well, we make sure there's nothing else, obviously. We do a normal gastroscopy. The patient's got intermittent symptoms of dysphagia, and this is quite big. There's no features on the EUS suggestive that it's undergone any kind of malignant transformation, so it's a discussion with the patient regarding symptoms. And my discussion with this patient regarding his symptoms has resulted in him coming today for a procedure to remove it. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to make a tunnel in the orientation of this lesion. So you can see that the esophagus kind of opens up on this side. And one of the things we definitely don't want is that this comes back. So we make the tunnel in the orientation of this thing, and there is something else going on here. A little ridge or something, and then this is probably just another muscular ridge in the esophagus, and that is our target. So we want to make the tunnel in between these gaps, I guess. Open it, the scope will fit through here, pick the lesion up, and then remove it. Okay, maybe we need to have this. So we're going to make the tunnel entrance quite a bit away from this, so that we have room to maneuver down below. But also, you do have to remember here that the tunnel opening probably has to be quite wide to get this thing out. It's not the smallest one, and so we better be careful and make sure we have enough room for our tunnel. And I mean, I don't think we want to make it. We'll try and make it here and see what happens. Okay. We have that thing, and now the question is, how do you know if it's long enough? And I have the impression that this is not long enough, but we're on a ridge here, so we really don't want to make it longer than we need to if it's a poem. But because this is going to require us to get whatever this is out of here, we maybe need to think about making it a little longer. Anyway, we'll keep that in our mind. We can always extend it later. Open. Already I think maybe the scope will go in here. So we can just figure out how that's going to happen by just opening it a little bit. And what I mean is make it three-dimensionally open. So again, probably it's not long enough at the moment, so I'm just going to extend a little bit down here. Okay. So whatever this muscle ridge is here is making it more difficult, and this was not an ideal decision. The question is, that another lesion? Okay. Maybe. The main event down here and then another one here? Or is that part of the same one? Well, that makes it a little more difficult. I think probably we will have to change the tunnel opening for this. Certainly only one of these has been described before. Well, there's a little issue with continuing here. The only issue will be getting adequate closure at the top. Tip out. There is definitely something there, isn't there? Two. Open. Two. And could it be that this is all part of the same thing? And if it is, what are we going to do about it now? Open. Okay. So we want to make the tunnel in between these gaps, I guess. Open it, the scope will fit through here. Pick the lesion up and then remove it. Okay, maybe we need to have this. So we're going to make the tunnel entrance quite a bit away from this so that we have room to maneuver down below. But also you do have to remember here that the tunnel opening probably has to be quite wide to get this thing out. It's not the smallest one, and so we better be careful and make sure we have enough room for our tunnel. And I mean, I don't think we want to make it, we'll try and make it here and see what happens. Would of course be much more ergonomic to make it here, but open. You can see it in 3 dimensions there. Coming this way along here. And the great advantage of the water is that now it will float. So it's still attached up here. Try not to get the knife so far away that you can't see it. Check what you've done. Let's go as propria. Of course, it's arising from muscle. A bit of a kind of seahorse-like head there. But otherwise well circumscribed and probably completely off. And when you press it, impossible to make an imprint in it. All right. Come back next time. See you again.